What's going on, everybody? Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up. We're down here in Fonda, New York for this fantastic law that the square mayor here is trying to pass. Nice and chilly, about 15 minutes early. Let's see who's all here. They let people into the building before.
Looks like Keener's canceling the meeting.
He's canceling the meeting?
Well, that guy, just caught him in there on the authorized only sign. I recorded him with my glasses, saying he works the village, he doesn't. And he's out now telling other village trustees something, because Giller just told him something, and people are pulling out. News is supposed to be here. Sheriff knows it's going down. We'll see what happens. I'm Chris Dancy. I'm the guy who sued the village.
All right.
Yeah, I think you sent me a message on him.
Yeah. I'd like to talk to you. Let's see if we got any answers. If the doors are locked or what's going on. Healer's here right now?
Yes. Apparently they're in a secret deal, a private meeting.
Private secret meeting right now.
Oh, it's open.
What's going on, guys?
How are you? Hello. I'm gonna get my jacket and stuff.
Main camera up here running. All right, down here today for the meeting, and looks like the meeting room is open. The old authorized personnel only sign is down for the moment as they frame this up here.
Hi.
How you guys doing?
You wanna go right there? So
Yeah, that'll work for
You got
me.
legs on that so you can be with that?
Yeah, that way I don't have to block nobody. I don't know how many people are coming.
Well,
I think we just should have signed that.
Hi, Chris.
We just write down our name,
Yeah.
our number.
News is coming.
Yeah.
I think ABC and NBC. Doubling up, huh? Hey, Chris Weaver, how are you?
Good.
Like your YouTube debut. So that young man who's always here,
Sal?
yeah, does he work for the village?
No.
Okay, well, he was in the authorized only garage here, identified himself as a village employee. I have it on video. Can we address that tonight?
I don't know how he was in there.
The doors are wide open.
The door's open now?
Yeah.
Oh,
The door to the garage is open.
Responded out.
The door was
So
locked out
they-
here.
I know you guys are sensitive about people walking in.
Well,
No,
they got
Chris,
all the doors
the
open
ambulance
all
had just
day.
responded out. Obviously, they didn't get the door down, so thank you for that. No, he's wandering around in there for no apparent reason.
And identifying himself as a village employee.
Well,
I can show you the video.
you know, right?
Know what?
You know better, right?
He's not a village employee?
He's not, no, he's
Oh,
not.
I.
He never has been.
How would I know the village meetings aren't updated? They've been haven't been on the site for months.
Yeah.
I think you've got 2 weeks to get them up.
Dan, you gonna be comfortable over there like that?
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'll sit down here in a second here for sure. How many people usually attend the meetings?
Sometimes 5 or 6, and sometimes just 1 or 2 or 3.
It's usually a pretty small crowd, obviously.
And
but
Sal
that's
Rigby
cool.
all the time.
Yes. He's also at every library meeting.
Yes. Yes.
But I've never heard him identify himself as a paid village employee.
No.
That was disturbing.
No.
Then he said, are you that YouTuber? Because if you are, fuck you. I'm like, I live here.
Oh, sorry to hear it.
Just now is that it?
Oh, it's a great video for this. For the greatest hits theme.
Well, today we got at least 410 here right now. Live. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up too.
What do you think of the first snow? You guys happy?
I had to dust my car off this morning.
Pretty sure.
Hi, Bob. Hey, good. I know.
Chris, I see the lights still on the fountain. Are they gonna cover that this year or no?
The lights are on in the men's room at the
Yes,
bathhouse.
I saw that
Yeah,
the
I
other
noticed
day
that,
too.
yeah.
Last night I
They gotta
noticed.
go over, and shut them off.
Yeah.
Must be the
That's
motion
not,
sensor not working.
Is
I
anyone
spoke
ever allowed to use those restrooms?
Well, when we have the,
with functions.
Just for function?
when we have the functions going on down there, that's when they're open for the folks.
Okay. You like the paint job on the house?
Your house is lovely.
Or in the second row of lights on the top?
You have a
Make
nice-
Fonda great again.
You have a nice tune-up on that house.
Huh?
You did a nice tune-up on that house.
Thank you.
Hi.
We actually have to thank Stan, who's helped us all the way by always coming through, making sure stuff was done right. He actually taught me a lot about caulking, or what did you teach me about the space between the house? Stan?
Where we were talking about the flashing and the
Yeah.
talking.
I always learn something.
Is Mike Albanese on?
As far as I know, it is.
As far as we know, he is.
Where's his stuff? Oh, over there.
Christine did that.
Okay. Yeah, I knew that.
Especially once you tell which speakers are working. I've been using it.
Yeah.
Oh, either.
I have an agenda.
Hey, Chris, are you in charge of the flags on the road? Are you in charge of the flags that we have out on the road?
We weren't given one.
I bring those in all the time, right? At the store, you gotta stop at the store and pick them up. No, we're not supposed to have those out after dark, right?
everybody
You're
else does.
supposed to by law.
You're not.
Hi,
What
Beverly.
else? But everybody else does, so that's why we
Sit
put
over
them
here
out,
by
so we don't have to
Christopher.
pay overtime.
Just,
I have to
you
see
have
it here.
overtime, you have to walk out there and pick them up.
Sorry you had to be out in the cold earlier.
I do it.
Sal, take that chair
Unless
back
they're
there
illuminated,
over by.
I'm not,
you're what? I know. So unless they're illuminated, you can't have them
I
out.
think there's a set of drafts.
Can't have them out in inclement weather.
That right there.
Are you gonna look at me or no? You can't have them out in inclement weather either.
We
Just,
wouldn't have any yet, but
There's no
it's-
I understand.
I appreciate it, they were taking it.
minutes.
We're not gonna take them down tonight.
You probably should.
No, we're not.
Dan,
Probably
I
should.
know.
We're gonna give Attorney Albanese another minute or two, and then we're gonna get going here, gang, so we don't. I have a lot to read on this one thing, but first, the first acknowledgement will be 250.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Is Mayor Peeler joining us tonight?
No,
Why not?
working,
Working as the mayor, but not here?
working, Chris.
why would he be here?
He's got this all important meeting set up for a public hearing for a new law. He's not even gonna be here for the public hearing?
He's working. You know, it's a personal business deal.
So we're not discussing the new law?
Oh, I am.
Okay.
I'm gonna read that. We're having that public meeting tonight, no matter, we're gonna run with everything, gang. Take the ball and run. And if Albanese doesn't join us here shortly, we are gonna call this to order, and when he gets here, he gets here.
What a coward.
Solution.
Doesn't even come here hear anything from the public about this new law? That's crazy. You guys better shut it down on him.
Get blown up twice, this motherfucker can't do overtime to pick up the flags. I get paid to go do it.
Have you seen the 250?
Hi, Carol.
We have a chair.
No, it's fine, I'm good right here. Yep, I'm okay,
Oh, I think we have a chair for you.
it's really okay. Right here. Really.
But they're making a new one.
Thanks.
Come on in. Karen, come on in.
Sir.
Pushing the limits of this small town. How many people are here?
Karen,
No, it's okay.
you can sit next to Vanessa.
They got 7 people here. They got 7 people here. We got 615.
Okay. Calling the village board meeting to order. Let's have our pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. I'd like to recognize the United States Marine Corps. Today is their 250th anniversary. And all veterans, past and present, and those still serving, and thank you for your service. Anyone else in here that is a military person and or veteran, thank you very much for your service. And let's see, for the minutes, roll call, department heads and officials. Take that down and let me know when you're done, please. Yes. Hi. Even. Sergeant. Hello, Deputy. Okay, I'm going to open the public hearing on a motion 2025-57. I make the motion. Who shall second?
I'll second it.
Second by Lynn. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, public hearing is now open. I'm going to read the proposed law. Local law number 1 of 2025, Village of Fonda, County of Montgomery. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
You're over there now tonight.
Okay, sorry.
Village of Fonda, County of Montgomery, State of New York. A local law providing for the defense and indemnification of village officers and employees. This is gonna take a minute, okay? Legislative intent and purpose. The Board of Trustees recognizes that the village officers and employees, while acting within the scope of their public duties, face potential exposure to civil, administrative, and even criminal proceedings. To promote the recruitment and retention of qualified individuals and to ensure that those serving the public may perform their duties without fear of personal financial loss, this local law confers upon all officers and employees the full benefits of Public Officers Law 18 and provides supplemental defense and indemnification consistent with New York State Attorney General Opinions 88-6 and 2003-16 and Comptroller Opinion 2000-1, filling coverage gaps left by the village's municipal public officials policy, including limited reimbursement for the successful criminal defense when the acts occurred within the scope of duty were performed in good faith. There's more. Or just a minute. Do you have that in front of you, Mike, now, what I'm reading?
No.
It should be right on top, Mike, it's in the
Oh,
draft
okay.
form.
Oh, all right, yep.
Okay. Definitions. Employee includes any person holding an office, position, or employment by election, appointment, or hire in the service of the village, whether compensated or not, including members of boards, commissions, and volunteers expressly authorized to act on behalf of the village. Village, the Incorporated Village of Fonda. Governing body, the Village Board of Trustees. Intentional wrongdoing or criminal conduct means an act or omission undertaken with the knowledge that it was unlawful or with the deliberate intent to cause harm, to violate the rights of another, or to obtain improper personal benefit. This includes conduct resulting in conviction of a criminal offense or any by the court or administrative body to have been willful or fraudulent in nature. Recklessness means conscientious disregard of a substantial and unjustifiable risk that harm or damage will result from one's conduct. Recklessness involves gross deviation from the standard of care that a reasonable person would observe in the same situation and reflects indifference of consequences of one's actions rather than mere negligence or error in judgment. Told you it's gonna be long. Okay. Section 3, adoption of Public Officers Law, sub 18. The full benefits of sub 18 of the Public Officers Law are hereby conferred upon all officers and employees of the Village of Fonda. The village shall be liable for all costs incurred thereunder and shall supplement such benefits as provided by this local law. Section 4, supplement indemnification beyond MPO coverage. When the MPO policy does not apply because the matter is not a claim seeking damages for an error or omission, the village shall nevertheless provide for defense and indemnification to the extent permitted by law for acts or omissions occurring within the scope of public employment and performed in good faith. This protection includes defense of civil rights actions under 42 USC 1981 and 1983, defense of administrative, disciplinary, or investigative proceedings arising out of public duties, payment of reasonable legal costs in actions seeking or equitable relief related to official conduct, reimbursement of legal expenses for any employee who is acquitted or has charges dismissed in a criminal proceeding arising from acts within the scope of employment or performed in good faith. Attorney General Opinions 88-6 and 2003-16, and representation or reimbursement of employees who are subpoenaed or compelled to testify before a grand jury or investigative body solely because of their public employment, provided they were not targets of investigation. This is the Comptroller Opinion 2001. Section 5, duty to defend. Upon compliance with the notice requirements in sub 8, the village shall provide for defense of any employee in any civil, administrative, or criminal proceeding described above. The village attorney shall represent the employee unless a conflict of interest exists, in which case private counsel may be retained with the village's approval and at reasonable cost. The village may require multiple similarly situated employees to share counsel. Section 6, duty to indemnify and save harmless. The village shall indemnify and save harmless the employee from any judgment, settlement, or award arising out of acts within the scope of employment and committed in good faith. This includes indemnification for reasonable attorney fees, costs, or damages, including punitive or exploratory, got that word wrong, damages, or when the conduct was performed in good faith or without willful or malicious intent. Indemnification shall not apply to intentional wrongdoing or criminal conduct, recklessness, or knowing violation policy. All settlements are subject to indemnification, require approval by the Board of Trustees upon the recommendation of the village attorney. Section 7, exclusions and constitutional compliance. Nothing in this local law shall require indemnification for personal fines or penalties imposed by a court, wages or employment-related claims, acts of dishonesty, fraud, malicious conduct, or claims for which indemnification is expressly barred by the state or federal law. No payment shall be made on behalf of an employee who is convicted of a criminal charge. Such payment would constitute an unconstitutional gift of public funds under Article 8, Section 1 of the New York State Constitution, Attorney General Opinions 88-6, 2003-16, Comptroller Opinion 2000-1. Reimbursement authorized under this law is prospective only and shall apply to acts occurring after its effective date. Conditions. The duty to defend or indemnify is conditioned upon delivery to the village attorney of a written request for defense together with copies of any summons, complaint, or other process within 10 days of service, and the employee's full cooperation in the defense and in any related appeals. Section 9, insurance and funding. The village may purchase insurance or act as a self-insurer to fund its obligations under this law. Payments made under this section shall be deemed proper village expenses. Section 10, relation to other rights. The protections provided herein supplement are in addition to and other immunity, right, or indemnification available under state or federal collective bargaining agreement or insurance policy. Section 11, severability. If any provision of this law is held invalid, such determination the remainder of the law. 12. This law shall take effect immediately upon filing with the Secretary of State and shall apply prospectively to acts occurring on or after that date. References and legal authority. Public Officers Law 18, Defense and Indemnification of Officers and Employees of Public Entities, New York State Constitution, Article 8, 1. Prohibition on gifts or public funds. The Attorney General Opinions 88-6 and 2016, authority to supplement sub 18 to include successful criminal defense reimbursement. Comptroller Opinion 2000-1, authority to provide legal defense for police officers and employees through local law as additional compensation under Municipal Home Rule Law Number 10. That is the gist of our public hearing tonight. And before I ask any of you, I'm now going to read a statement from the mayor to be read for the record. The following statement is provided by Mayor William Peeler in response to inquiries regarding the proposed local law for the defense and indemnification of village officers and employees. The mayor has asked that it be noted for the record that he is not seeking attorney fees at this time, nor is that the purpose of the proposed law. This measure was recommended for adoption and is consistent with the authority granted to municipalities under New York State Public Officers Law 18, which permits local governments to provide legal defense and indemnification for officers and employees acting within the scope of their official duties. The mayor further notes that his personal legal representation is being handled independently and at his own expense in connection with a summons that was previously issued. Okay, so at this time, I will ask you if anyone wishes to be recognized to speak. You have a 5-minute allowance for yourself, and we are in open public hearing.
So, how is it you guys think you rate immunity from the same things that we would get in trouble for? What makes that right? What makes me have to pay for your shortcomings? Crickets?
We don't ask questions. This is a public comment period.
Oh,
You're allowed to make public comments. You have up to 5 minutes to do that at his discretion.
At his discretion.
That's correct.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm not asking a question, but pursuant to the Code of Ethics, letter E, since this is new legislation, I would ask that every board member, please tell me what your own financial interest is and personal interest is in this legislation, and to what extent that follows. As to why do you feel you would personally benefit from this, and why the taxpayer needs to foot the bill. For the public record, tell me why each of you would like to vote on this, including Mr. Sprague, who was on his phone while Mr. Healy was reading the bill, as was the lawyer, might I add. Very
The
unprofessional.
lawyer was talking to
Don't
Bill
talk
Taylor.
about it. Remember,
So please,
How do you know?
tell me,
you can see you.
please tell me
You're 2 feet in
what your
front of us.
financial and or personal interest is in the
That's
bill.
what I was doing. So
Your tax is like
what's the big deal?
300%.
It is a big
You wanna
deal.
make a big deal
I believe I
out of
pay part of your salary.
it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
You know, I
The
don't-
disrespect and this,
You and I-
the things that this town could
And
do
you
with
treat
this
us like
time,
that?
and instead we're
Treat you
dealing
like
with a
that.
public
You're the
hearing.
one
Meaning to us.
Hold on, first of all, hold on.
I have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You're out of order.
Yeah.
Jim,
You're out of order.
let your wife speak
I
for
would like
part
to know what
now.
everybody's interest is. This town is a small town. We have no tax budget. We're always saying we have no money. That's why the trucks are ruining the roads. The water's crap. I can't even drink it, my kids cry when they have to bathe in it, and everything's going to crap. And instead of spending any time in a public hearing fixing the issue, so the kids can trick or treat without worrying about getting run over, so that all the lights work, so that the streets look nice and there's not garbage everywhere, instead of that, we're holding a public hearing about how the taxpayers should pay to defend people because the mayor got in trouble because he lost his temper to a YouTuber. And I still want to hear everybody's personal and financial interest pursuant to the code of ethics. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone?
I'll go.
Okay.
I know how these work. Right, number one, I just want to correct something real quick that when I get 5 minutes to speak, I get 5 minutes to speak. The attorney seems to think that it's at the mayor's or somebody's discretion. Freedom of
Hold
speech
on,
is freedom.
hold
Shut
on.
your mouth when I'm talking,
No,
buddy.
no, I don't
All right,
shut
so
my mouth.
shut your mouth when I'm talking. I have
No,
my
I'm
5
not
minutes,
shutting
and you're
my
gonna
mouth.
respect my 5 minutes.
Rule him out of order. He's out of order.
There is no out of order here. I
Go
have
ahead.
freedom of speech
Yes,
to speak here.
Yes,
Go ahead.
unless he threatens you.
And you can keep your mouth quiet while I'm talking.
No, I will
And during
not.
my
If you
public
s-
speaking.
If you say
and if I'm
something
speaking
that's
here,
incorrect,
It
I
isn't
will
incorrect
correct
that I have 5 minutes of free speech to speak
Go
during a
ahead.
public hearing, all right?
you. All right,
That's
when
not,
you're
that's not
done,
a
you
fact.
let me know,
Go ahead, Dan.
okay?
5 minutes is up, bud. Keep quiet while I'm doing it, all right?
You just
Keep quiet while I'm talking, please.
Okay.
It's just that simple, right? I do First Amendment audits, y'all know who I am, all right? First Amendment audit, sometimes here to stress
I
test
don't
the
know
system.
who you
Would
are.
you
Who are
shut
you?
your mouth while I'm
Who are you?
talking?
You're supposed to introduce yourself and say the subject
You know who
you're
I am.
speaking about.
You know who
I
I
don't
am.
know who you are.
All right,
Don't presume
you're,
that.
you're the one who's supposed to be popping the gavel and telling us gotta keep quiet. It's my time to
Go ahead,
speak.
Dan.
I get 5 minutes, he's
Mike.
interrupting, he's
Go ahead, Dan.
I do First Amendment audits. I do stress tests on the system, right? I'm cool with things that like, you know, you find like this law that you gotta put in effect. If it is something that is just all municipalities have it, you guys don't, you realize because of an audit, it's that way, all right? That's cool, because that's what the audit is supposed to do. It's supposed to educate, it's supposed to stress test the system, and it's supposed to put people in their place. Like this village attorney over here doesn't know what freedom of speech really means. The other is, the judgment that you guys are gonna use to use this law is in question when you guys gotta put a doorway up to stop the public from entering this hallway, as if the mayor that day couldn't have took his private conversation, he had one of these people in this room, in that room, or that room, and made privacy, that you guys already have bad enough judgment that you wanna put a door on the people's house and the people's building. So, and then on top of it, Mayor Peeler doesn't even wanna be here today. I don't know if he's a coward, I don't know if he, you know, and, you know, it's caught on camera, you get a little wink, wink, Deputy Mayor, about, you know it's full of shit that he's supposed to be here. So my question really is to you guys, I understand you guys aren't here to answer my question. My question is for you guys for your next work session to figure out is this law something you guys need? Is this law something to cover for something else? And is the judgment down here with this law proper? Because I'm not here to make enemies. I'm not here to rile you guys up. I'm here to educate. I'm here to do my job. I'm here to make sure the signs, the unconstitutional signs, are down on the people's right because you all swore an oath to that Constitution. I don't know if the shitbag attorney over here swore an oath to the Constitution.
He's out of order when he swears.
And,
Keep swearing and we'll have you removed.
First Amendment.
That's why the
Do
police.
you know what do you know what the
I do.
OMV
I
California?
do. I
Continue,
do.
Dan.
California is,
Listen,
Michael?
You better argue
Fuck
something you
Michael.
know
Fuck
about.
Michael.
You better know,
Alright,
you
so I'm gonna get
have him
shut
removed
up.
for that, you guys. He just swore again. We don't allow swearing in a public,
As long as he doesn't
Try it.
threaten you.
I'm willing to
his
try it.
First Amendment trumps your
Don't
feelings.
listen.
So I'm not, like I said, I'm not down here,
Shut
but
up.
What
if
law
I
school?
have to set an attorney straight about what free speech really means, I'm willing to take it all the way to the Supreme Court,
Okay.
Coleman v. California, because we have that right to redress our grievances to our government. That's what the 5 minutes is here for.
You don't have the
You
right
keep
to
interrupting
curse.
because you're supposed to keep quiet. Do you see any of the board members interrupting my 5 minutes like you? You seem to have quite a
I'm
head
the
on your
only
head,
one who
shoulders, but
understands
you're a
what
real,
you're talking
you're a real
about.
tool, all right?
Okay.
You're a real
I'm
tool.
the tool.
So
Right.
my 5 minutes, I'm gonna claim it up, is up.
That's funny.
My question is this law necessary? And Peeler can't even be here. If you guys smell bullshit with this law and then with this town, you guys better shut it down.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Let me just say this.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Okay, first of all, you don't have a right to speak, all right? We grant you that right. You show me
Go
the state,
fuck yourself.
hold,
Yeah,
excuse me.
No, I got blown up twice for that right. This guy can kiss my ass.
You're talking to a veteran. You want to tell a veteran we don't have a right to say speak?
Fuck you.
On the Marine Marine
Tell me I
Corps.
can't
He's a
say.
Marine. That's
Tell me I can't say.
Jimmy.
Fuck you.
Please.
Please just let them proceed, okay? Thank you.
Excuse me. I didn't swear
There
to
ain't one
you.
for you.
I
I
didn't
did.
swear
I
to
did to
you.
you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
All right,
Jim.
well,
No, he deserves that.
Because I'm telling
Your
you.
attorney's out of line
You're an
today.
idiot. You don't know what rights are.
Uh,
You're a lawyer.
No?
You're a lawyer.
Okay, and what do I
What
do
is my
for
First
work?
Amendment right? What is my First Amendment right? The very first one.
I'm telling you what the law says in New York State
Tell me.
about speaking at a public meeting.
Please do.
And what it says is, you don't have the right to speak unless they grant you that right. And they can grant you the right and limit the time that you speak.
But they
And we
can't,
allow that.
they can't do, they can't actually the content of that
Excuse
speech.
me, Excuse me.
He
you're
grants the right to
We
speech.
We cannot, you're absolutely right. You win on that one. You must have read something and understood it. All right?
What's your point?
And so, let me say this.
And you paid $100,000 to learn it. And
Let-
you didn't.
Let me say this to you, okay? We can regulate the time, place, and manner of the
You
speech.
think you
Meaning,
can.
I'm telling you what the law says.
Try to regulate.
In New York State, it
Try to
says,
regulate.
we can regulate the time, manner, and place of your speech.
You're not
We
regulating it now,
cannot,
are you?
will you let me
Try.
finish?
No.
Yeah.
Regulate me.
Can we have him removed, please?
Jim,
He's out of order.
Am I out of order?
You are.
If they're running a
What
meeting,
code am I breaking? None?
it's not about codes. right?
Exactly.
If they're running
So
a
it's
meeting, let them continue the meeting.
No, you can't be
Obviously-
The
disruptive.
meeting is with
in
me
meeting.
right now. Me and him are talking, correct?
No, I'm not
Well, they
talking.
haven't-
I'm
I haven't
trying
threatened
to
him
address
yet.
the point. I'm not
Until
speaking
then,
to
there's
you
nothing you
directly.
can do.
all right.
I'm not speaking to you directly.
You're looking right at me.
What the law says is we can regulate the time, manner, and place of your speech. Okay?
Try.
And that we cannot regulate the content. You can say what you want, but you can't swear,
Yes, I can.
and you can't
I
threaten
can't
people.
threaten you is it. Period. That's it.
And what are you doing right now?
Fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck you, you
All
moron.
right. that's-
You complete
I'm the
and
one.
utter fucking tool bag.
I'm the
Jimmy.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave now.
You can ask, I'm not.
Sergeant. Does anyone else have
Let
a,
him continue.
does anyone else have
Let
a,
him continue.
I'm fine with giving you that opportunity. We don't wanna be here to
Okay.
be more involved in this meeting.
And yet you guys had to be called to this meeting because our mayor couldn't show up, neither could the village clerk.
We're-
But you guys have never been to a meeting. You've never come to a meeting or a hearing, but this one you had to come
This is
to
not the
because
purpose
he
of
knew
this gathering.
that the village was
It is
gonna be
not.
upset because he
But
wants us to
here's
pay for
the
his
force.
fucking
Okay,
defense
and I
bills.
will gladly have this
This
discussion
is
outside.
bullshit. This village has more important things to deal with
Well,
than
then
Mayor
go back
Peeler,
over
who
and
can't
let's
even be
continue
here.
the meeting.
Fuck this town. I'll leave.
No.
Fuck this, and every single one of you fucking board members ought to be ashamed. Ashamed, Scott Sprague.
You are. That's fucked
Fucking
up. You all
ashamed.
know it too.
good night.
You're all pieces of shit.
We're gonna
You
continue.
know where I live.
Tell Peeler I still wanna know what his interest is in that law.
We're gonna continue. Anyone? Mr. Dancy?
Yes. Thank you for the time.
Well,
Deputy Mayor, trustees and guests, Chris Dancy, 38 Broadway, representing my family, members of the village, and the community at large. I'm not here to debate the law or the count. I'm sure the votes have been secured by the trustees before the outcome is already decided. That much I know.
I can assure you, mine is not decided. can't
I
speak
think
for
it's my
anybody
time,
else.
sir.
Sorry.
go ahead, Chris.
What matters now is the integrity of Fonda, New York. Years of ongoing scrutiny, controversy, state audits have harmed the reputation and cost the taxpayers of this community thousands of dollars. To protect the integrity of our community, before this law is passed, I respectfully call for Mayor Peeler to resign immediately. Thank you.
Asking the bank robbers.
Beverly, anyone else? Carol?
I don't know, I guess my question would be, you know, if this does go through, is there some sort of fine print that, sure, the mayor is paying for it now on his own, but are we gonna reimburse him? You know? And I guess I don't know how that's right. I mean, like they said before, if we do something, no one's there to help me with my bill. How come we have to cover him? how come we have to cover you guys? You know, you guys are elected officials. You're supposed to be held to a higher standard. You signed the Constitution, you know, I mean, that's kind of why you're the board members. You're supposed to represent us. And it just seems kind of interesting that all of a sudden, coincidentally, after there's an incident, this law just happens to be proposed, you know, and it's hard not to question the integrity of the board and, you know, everyone that I've known most of my life. It's a little disappointing to see that this is, you know, we've come, and I would hope that you guys at least kind of deep and realize that this is obviously kind of a BS, you know, you're trying to sweep it under the rug instead of holding him accountable for what he did. You know, it's just, it's a little unfortunate, that's all. Disappointing.
Thank you. Sal?
Well, I hate to be the middleman here because I know both parties very well, and I hate to be the middleman here. But I lived here 24 years, and I hear both parties, and if you only lived here like maybe like a year or so, and you think you're just gonna come and try to change our laws and tell us how to run our village, this is not a town, and you can't tell us how to run our village. Only one person can tell us how to run our village, and that's our officials and our elected mayor, whoever it is. It's Peeler right now, until the elections. But again, you can't come in here telling us how to run our village and stuff like that and think you can just get away with it. Look at what, if you watch the public news, look what's going on in the world right now. We're at a government shutdown for almost 2 months now. We got people going to food pantries now that's never been to food pantries because they can't get their SNAP benefits. And you're worried about a little village? Come on, really? I lived here 24 years. I pay the same taxes, the same bills as every other person that lives here. So don't come and tell us how to run our village when I think both parties are right in their own right, because I'm the middle person here, because I know both parties. But I do help out the village in a volunteering way, and I've done it since I lived here. And 2 people on our board can testify to that. Yeah, I may not like our mayor and his decisions and stuff like that, but I bite my tongue and I work with him. Thank you.
Just for the record, this is the gentleman who told me he worked for the village in the garage. So do you or do you not work for the village when you were in the authorized?
Well, when I volunteer, that is kind of like working.
Yeah, that's,
Not really
we're
relevant.
not there with that now, you guys.
Oh,
Anyone else?
good job, all of these.
Ma'am? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave it open, in case anyone else comes along. But we're gonna start proceeding with regular village business now, okay? This was a statement.
No,
That-
the other one. The one from the new elected.
Oh, well, we're moving along now. Okay, so now I'm going to read an email into the minutes from a newly elected person from the town of Glen. Bear with me. I gotta get my packet together. From Jennifer Meet Jeffer, that's a hyphenated last name, sent on Friday, November 7, at 23:16, which is quite late at night, to the mayor and the village clerk in regards to proposed local law number 1, well, I just read. Hello. I wanted to offer comment on this proposed local law. I find it to be personally suiting to have 1, put your hands on someone, 2, been charged and now being charged and now be moving to implement a local law to cover attorney fees for board members and employees alike. It is not the responsibility for the taxpayers of any municipality to cover legal expenses for someone's misconduct while on the job. Self-accountability would offer that. Instead, one simply does not put their hands upon other people. Then there would not be a need for legal counsel. I hope to see this removed from consideration rather than squeezing taxpayers even further to cover for individuals that act out of line. I ask that this comment be shared with, forwarded to other board members for the record of the public hearing on Monday, today, 11/10. Thank you, Jennifer Meet Jeffer. Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry,
Communications.
was
I'm
that
sorry.
our,
Yeah, it had been received here via email, I honestly believe, so that's why she wanted it read. That's why it was on our.
thank you.
There were several other emails that weren't read apparently. About the law. I know the people who sent them. I'm not sure if they didn't make you. They were sent directly to Mayor Peeler. I have copies of them if you need to see them.
Okay. Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
Okay, no, motion to accept or amend minutes
From last month?
of previous minutes. I'm gonna make the motion. Any discussion on last month's minutes? Any additions or deletions? Okay. I made a motion. Whom shall second?
I'll second it.
Second by Scott?
No,
No.
Bob? By Bob, correction. Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Pass.
I was around.
All right, communications. Communications packet that I have, I wanted to start off and ask you first, Chris. The Department of Health.
Yep.
Could you explain that violation, please?
They changed the parameters that go by now. On the odor, so there's a lot of them that are failing it right now.
Odor meaning,
It's what they get in the water,
does it pass through into the system?
yes.
So you would notice that if you had your faucet open?
No.
No.
It's not the, it's a test that they do now. But
What's the-
they changed the parameters in the test on what the levels are, and they've lowered them, so it's making a lot of the municipalities fail.
Oh, so we're not the only?
No, we're not the only
And
one.
how did they remedy?
We're working on that with the health department. We have to take tests quarterly with this. You know, every.
It's not a seasonal thing that it comes up from heat, does it?
No.
Okay.
It's not that it's harmful to you, it's just, it's there.
Do any of the board members have any other, questions from the packet of information communications?
Are you referring to the attorney fees and stuff that we just talked about?
No, just our communications packet with this in it. And there was a couple variances that the town of Mohawk is using because they're so close to corporation line for stuff that's being built out within the town. Anyone? All good?
I'm good.
Scott? Bob? Okay. Motion for audit and pre-approval of bill, motion 25-52. I make the motion. Any discussion? No discussion? Second?
I'll second.
Second by Lynn. All in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Motion for abstract number 6, motion number 25-53. I also make the motion. Discussion? No discussion? Second?
I'll second.
Second by Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Motion to approve 2017 EFC grant water improvement payment. Motion number 2025-54. I'll make a motion. Any discussion?
I'll second it.
No discussion? Whom shall second?
I will.
Lynn? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. Motion to approve and provide support for Light Up the Night, a holiday trunk or treat light show event to be held at Village of Fonda Park on Friday, December 6th. I have that in line item number 15 of the mayor's report when I'm going to read the particulars of that right. Go ahead.
I'm thinking it's December 5th.
It is December 5th.
Didn't you just say?
Did I say
6?
6?
You did. say
Disregard 6, it's 5. I'm gonna break that right out so that you, since we brought that up right now, I'm gonna read that. Okay. This part of Light Up the Night holiday tree lighting event. Preparations are underway for the annual village tree lighting scheduled for Friday, December 5 at 6 p.m. This year's theme is Light Up the Night. Setup will begin as early as 4 p.m. and must be completed by 5:30 p.m. Last arrival. The tree will be located in front of the bathhouse as it has been for prior years. Montgomery County Tourism will provide lighted figures positioned near the rear of the bathhouse. Invites fire departments, civic organizations, and members of the public to participate by decorating and lighting their vehicles. Participants are also encouraged to distribute treats to event attendees.
Excuse me on that, sir. I wanna add something to that. For the tree lighting, if we can't, I was thinking of this too. If we can't get, the choir to play, Christmas music, I would like, maybe to reach out to Tom and Cosby to do it like they did last year. If we can't get them, because they might be booked on something. And I did a few good things for this. I reached out to 2, food vendors, cause I think he's asking for vendors too, that could give you, coffees and stuff and hot food if possible. And I told a handful of people, to come and do this, and the news is out there.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so this event is coordinated by Montgomery County in partnership with the Village of Fonda. So motion 2025-55, what I just read. So I'll make a motion. Do we have any discussion over this event? here's the discussion. Support for this event will include access to the park and parking lot area, lighting, and assistance from the village staff as needed. Anyone else want to add to discussion?
Is the public allowed?
I'm sorry?
Is the public allowed? I noticed he was sharing. I was just like, I think
Oh,
it's a wonderful idea.
actually, I gotta get a motion for our support of this, Chris. So, make a motion, whom shall second?
I'll second.
Second by Scott. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay. Resolution for the 2026 village elections, place and hours. 2 trustees for election. Election is conducted by the Montgomery County Board of Elections. And this will be by roll call in a resolution form, resolution number 52-2025. So by resolution, and roll call, either aye or nay. I'm going to read roll call. Trustee Clem.
Well, where are we at now, Tim?
We're on item number 11, and it's resolution for 2026 village elections, place and hours, 2 trustee positions for election, election conducted by Montgomery County Board of Elections.
Tim,
Yes,
they don't have an agenda.
Oh,
so
that's
they don't know
correct.
What 11 is, so you have
Yeah,
to tell
no,
them.
I don't, yeah.
that's
You have
correct.
to tell them it's at this page of proposed resolutions 2025,
Which number?
Let me see that, Stanley.
top one.
Normally Christine minutes.
Yeah, well, she's out of town.
We're flying wounded here tonight.
Oh, God. Sorry.
All
I
right,
think they may be, are they up there?
I have it right here. Let me read.
That's me for the public.
Resolution 52-2025 designating village election day, polling place and hours. Whereas to provision section 15-1041 sub B of New York State election law, when the 3rd Tuesday of March falls on March 17, the annual election for the village, the annual village election shall be held on the following day, Wednesday, March 18. Okay, you get that? Because obviously there's no voting on St. Patrick's Day. And exactly right. Whereas the Montgomery County Board of Elections conducts the Village of Fonda elections in accordance with applicable New York State election law. And whereas the Village Board of Trustees is required to designate by resolution the date, the polling place, and the hours during which the polls shall be open for said election. Now therefore be it resolved that the Village Board of Trustees of the Village of Fonda hereby designate Wednesday, March 18, 2026 as Village Election Day, and be it further resolved that the polling place for said election is designated as the Village Municipal Building here, 8 East Main Street, Fonda, New York, and be it further resolved that the polls shall be open for voting between the hours of 12 noon and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and be it further resolved that Christine Kearns, the village clerk, is hereby directed to transmit a certified copy of this resolution to the Montgomery County Board of Elections and to take such further actions as may be required by law. So there is a motion. I make the motion. Any discussion? Whom shall second?
I will.
Lynn? And now, record of vote. Mayor Peeler is absent. Trustee Healy, I vote aye. Trustee Dumar.
Aye.
Trustee Sprague.
Aye.
Aye. Trustee Klim.
Aye.
Resolution adopted. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Resolution adopting application for Canal Corporation. Resolution 53-2025.
On the bottom of that same paper that you just did.
Bottom of that.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Start over.
Starts on the very bottom of the first page.
There it is.
No,
First page.
flip it over.
Flipping it over.
No, first page. Back one.
No,
First.
first page.
You lost me here,
No,
fellas.
that's about-
Oh, yes. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Mention the
More
detail.
There's more information in the mayor's report about that.
Thank you, Stanley, but in chronological order as we have it here. Okay. Resolution 53-2025, resolution authorizing the mayor and village clerk to complete and submit an application to the New York State Canal Corporation for the purchase of waterfront land. Whereas the village of Fonda currently utilizes certain parcels of the New York State Canal Corporation waterfront property adjoining the existing Fonda Park and waterfront area for public recreation and community use, and whereas additional canal lands located behind the former Montgomery County Highway Department and the Town of Mohawk facilities have been identified for suitable for public recreation expansion, including establishment of campground and pedestrian pathway connecting the existing Fonda Park to the proposed area, and whereas the New York State Canal Corporation provides opportunities for municipalities to request acquisition of surplus or underutilized canal lands for public benefit purposes, subject to review and approval, and whereas the Village of Fonda seeks to formally submit an initial application to the Canal Corporation requesting consideration for the purchase of subject lands with the intent that such acquisition occur for the nominal sum of $1 to enable continued public use, expansion, and improvement of the village's waterfront and recreation facilities, with the final purchase terms to be determined by the Canal Corporation, and whereas the New York State Canal Corporation requires an application fee of $95 to accompany the submission payable to the New York State Canal Corporation, which shall be remitted with the completed application form. Now therefore it be resolved that the Village Board of Trustees of the Village of Fonda hereby authorize the mayor and village clerk to complete, execute, and submit all necessary documents, including the Real Canal Property Application, Form TA 94415, on behalf of the Village of Fonda for the acquisition of the above referenced lands for public recreation purposes, and be it further resolved that the village treasurer is hereby authorized to issue payment in the amount of $95 for the application fee to the New York State Canal Corporation, and be it further resolved that the mayor and the clerk are authorized to provide any supporting documentation required by the New York State Canal Corporation and to take such additional actions as may be necessary to effectuate this application and potential transfer of property, and be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution shall accompany the formal application submission to the Canal Corporation. I'll make a motion. Any discussion? No discussion heard. Whom shall second?
I will.
Lynn? Roll call for record of vote. Mayor Peeler is absent. Trustee Heath. Trustee Dumar.
Aye.
Trustee Sprague.
Aye.
Trustee Klim.
Aye.
Resolution adopted. Resolution of appreciation of the Fonda organization, 56-2025. Okay. Village of Fonda, resolution of appreciation and recognition. Friends organized for a nicer dwelling area incorporated, Fonda. Whereas the Friends organized for a nicer dwelling area incorporated, affectionately known as Fonda, was founded in 1988 by a group of dedicated residents who sought to improve the quality of life, appearance, and community spirit within the village of Fonda. And whereas over several past decades, Fonda has provided invaluable support to the village through tireless efforts in planning and hosting community events, beautification projects, and neighborhood initiatives that have strengthened civic pride and unity. And whereas the organization's members have devoted countless volunteer hours coordinating holiday celebrations, decorating public spaces, and sponsoring activities that have brought joy, connection, and togetherness to residents of all ages. And whereas through their selfless service, the Friends have organized for a nicer dwelling area has demonstrated a steadfast commitment to making Fonda a cleaner, more welcoming, and more vibrant place to live, work, and visit. And whereas the village of Fonda acknowledges the tremendous impact Fonda, F-O-N-D-A, has had on our community, and through the organization will be formally dissolving. And though the organization will be formally dissolving at the end of the year, its legacy of civic engagement and community pride will continue to inspire future generations. Now, there it be resolved that the mayor and the board of trustees of the village of Fonda do hereby express their deepest appreciation and gratitude to the members of the Friends organized for a nicer dwelling area incorporated for their many years of service, dedication, and devotion to our community. And be it further resolved that this resolution be entered into the official minutes of the village of Fonda, and that a certified copy be presented to members of the FONDA in recognition of their outstanding contributions to the village and its residents. Be it noted that this resolution was brought forward in absentia by Mayor Bill Peeler with the full support endorsement of the Village Board of Trustees. Okay, so we just need a record of vote. I don't see a spot for the motion.
Do we need a motion and a
Right.
second for the resolution?
What was that?
For the resolution, do we need a motion and a second before we?
Yes, you gotta have somebody.
Okay, so this does need a motion, Mike.
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, so on this resolution for appreciation and recognition of the group, I'll make the motion. Whom shall second? I'm sorry, discussion. No discussion? Second?
I'll second it.
Second by Lynn. Record of vote. Mayor Peeler absent. Trustee Healy, aye. Trustee Dumar.
Aye.
Trustee
Aye.
Trustee Clem.
Aye.
Okay, next item. Okay, resolution of appreciation for service and acknowledgement of retirement, resolution 57-2025. Resolution 57-2025, honoring the service of Christopher Weaver. Whereas Christopher Weaver has faithfully served the Village of Fonda since November 14, 2011, as Street and Water Commissioner, providing steadfast leadership, technical expertise, and an unwavering commitment to the maintenance and improvement of vital village infrastructure. And whereas throughout his tenure, Chris has been instrumental in modernizing public operations, maintaining water quality and distribution systems, and ensuring the safety, efficiency, and reliability of essential services for the residents and businesses of the Village of Fonda. And whereas his professionalism, dedication, and willingness to go above and beyond have earned him the respect and gratitude of his colleagues, fellow employees, and members of the community. And whereas beyond his service to the Village of Fonda, Christopher Weaver has also contributed greatly to the well-being of neighboring communities through his work and his many years as a volunteer fireman in 2 communities, exemplifying public service and selfishness in protecting others. And whereas Christopher Weaver retires on November 14, 2025, marking 14 years of this to the Village of Fonda, the mayor and the Board of Trustees wish to extend their heartfelt appreciation and best wishes for a happy, healthy, well-deserved retirement. Now therefore be it resolved that the Village Board of Trustees, on behalf of the residents of the Village of Fonda, hereby express its sincere gratitude and admiration to Christopher Weaver for his many years of dedicated service and contributions to our community. And be it further resolved that this resolution be entered into the official minutes of the Village of Fonda, and a certified copy be presented to Mr. Weaver in recognition of his outstanding commitment and service to the village. And be it noted that this resolution was brought forward in absentia by Mayor Bill Peeler with the full support and endorsement of the village board. Okay, so again, a motion. I'll make a motion. Any discussion?
Yeah, I would personally like to thank Chris Weaver for the job well done. He's been a great employee and Best wishes on your
Thank you.
future endeavors.
Thank you.
Likewise. Anyone else? Whom shall second?
I'll second.
Second by Bob. Roll call. Mayor Peeler absent. Trustee Healy, aye. Trustee Dumar,
Aye.
Trustee Sprague,
Aye.
Trustee. Okay, now we have some reports. DPW.
Sorry, for not having a report paper, the computer's acting up, so. We had some issues up at the water plant 2 weeks ago. The windstorm, we ended up having a power line come down. And when it did, it knocked out the power. Everything came on as normal, but it ended up burning out one of the VFDs on the new system, so. We got, that was on a Saturday. I called the electrician, then the electrician ended up calling the manufacturer of the control box. And they, because everything now is done on a computer, gotta plug it in. So, there ain't nothing that we can do. So they came out, come to find out the computer board on the VFD burnout. They were hoping that the parts would all be in today. If not, right now we're running on one filter. So they should be coming out. And I did turn it into our insurance company, just to cover the cost, because it's not gonna be cheap, so. The new utility truck came in, all lettered. Valves on it, ready to go, registered, so that's all ready to go. We did get the pickup truck, we did put the plow and the sander on that truck, so. That little white stuff coming down, we're ready for it. So, other than that, that's all I have.
Chris, the flower baskets, did you take them up to,
We took them all down, they're all together out here.
so they'll
Yeah.
go up there in the
Yeah.
spring or whatever?
Usually, what's called calls us, and let us know,
Okay.
just bring them up,
Okay,
and we just take them up then. That way they don't have to hold on to them either,
yeah, okay.
so,
All good, Mr. Weaver?
yes. The bathhouse is all winterized, the fountain is all,
And does it have heat?
No.
Oh, it's just an estimate?
so that's, should be all good. Going into winter mode.
Winter mode. Mr. Waddle?
Same issues, no computers, so we've had issued 2 building permits this month. I've done 3 certificate of occupancy inspections of apartment houses. Rental properties, we're sending out the notices where they need to apply to the village so that we can go and check those buildings. And we're working on a number of property maintenance issues and complaints.
There's still more trees to cut down here.
They were supposed to come back, they came back,
One day, last
the
week.
3rd,
Yeah, I saw them out there.
and then they were gonna come back on Thursday, but we had all that high winds. They were supposed to be back on the 4th, they had to go cut, emergency cutting in some other county, that they had to go to. I don't know if they're gonna get back, I know they're gonna try to. You know, you were having, what, National Grid cut up on,
National Grid come up and did some cutting on, for us up on Montgomery Terrace, so.
I know DOT really wanted to get a couple of those, the big ones
Yeah.
across from Felicia's place, and and like that,
That's
because
good,
they're a big concern.
yeah.
It depends, they only had the time available.
Mm.
So some of those are big enough that, they probably need,
Yeah,
we were hoping to get with National Grid and maybe have the two of them work together, but the timing didn't work out. So National Grid has their third party that come in, like they did, last year.
mhm,
And they have the cranes and everything for lifting the stuff, and, but unfortunately, that didn't work out.
yeah.
So we're hoping they do get back. I haven't talked to Scott this week. But I figured probably by the end of the week, I'll be speaking to him from Scott Nowalk, who's from DOT.
Anything on the, little trail number Prospect, on, Prospect Street there? By Putman Avenue,
Going
there's,
across the road,
yeah,
we're working on it. So I can tell you for the moment.
okay.
I know that she's hard to find. I
But
believe
doesn't
she's
somebody else own the property?
Well, he owns the property, but there's an issue with, possession. As you know, the law enforcement got called in when neighbors were trying to help clean up the lot.
Yeah.
And so he owns the lot, she owns the building. And that's kind of where they're at.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Mayor's report. Corporation land transfer and Broadway extension. Work continues with the New York State Canal Corporation regarding the purchase and transfer of land. We just read a whole resolution for that. With assistance from Montgomery County Economic Development, EDC, mapping has been created for parcels under discussion in regards to same. He also spoke with Real Property regarding Broadway extension, which was believed to be a paper street providing access to the proposed campground. It remains unverified whether this area is under the village's authority. He will continue to review deed records with the county clerk to confirm ownership and right-of-way status. The same principle applies to the access to the Canal Corporation maintenance facility. Although a right-of-way is shown on public mapping, it has not yet been verified if this right-of-way was never formally created. The village may need to assist in ensuring it is retained or properly established for Canal Corporation use. Let's see, communication. During the past month, he has fielded multiple communications from residents and water customers regarding service concerns and general inquiries. All matters were addressed promptly and forwarded to the proper parties, and follow-up was conducted as needed. We touched on the holiday tree lighting event, winter activities, and park enhancements. He is currently working on securing a portable ice skating rink for the winter season. The rink is being made possible through a private donation, through a village contribution of approximately $2,000 from park proceeds. Let me reread that. Though a village contribution of approximately $2,000 from park proceeds may be necessary, confirmation is pending. Two quotes have been obtained for a heating system for the bathhouse. Although costs are higher than anticipated, this upgrade is essential for extending park use through the winter months. Funding will be drawn from park revenues Additionally, the village must move forward with constructing a visitor center booth to house the visitor center kiosk, which is currently stored at a county facility. The structure should complement the existing bathhouse design and provide an official welcome point for visitors. He is also exploring funding opportunities for new bathroom and vendor facilities near the stage, as well as a permanent cornhole and horseshoe area, with the goal of completing these projects prior to 2026 concert series. Use of RV for funding and hospitality. During the 2025 concert series, he donated the use of his personal RV to assist with preparing food for fundraising and providing hospitality to entertainers. The RV was positioned at the park only during the concert series for safety and convenience. The board was aware of and did not object to this arrangement at the time. However, over the past couple weeks, he has become aware that some residents and non-residents have expressed dissatisfaction regarding the use of power for the RV during these events. To prevent any future misunderstandings or concerns, he will discontinue this donation moving forward. 2026 concert series. We anticipate receiving confirmation of funding for 2026 concert series in December. Once approval is received, he will begin booking entertainers and will update the board as plans progress. Gazebo on Montgomery County Annex property. He would like to bring to the board's attention that the gazebo located on the Montgomery County Annex property has been removed by the county. The structure was owned and maintained by Montgomery County, not the Village of Fonda. He wants to clarify this to prevent any misunderstanding within the community, suggesting that the village was responsible for its removal. Traffic calming efforts, speed trailers. At his request during the past month, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office placed 4 speed trailers at the primary entrance points to the village. Thank you, deputies. The report findings indicate that the presence of these trailers had a positive impact on reducing vehicle speeds within those monitored areas. He would like to thank for their continued cooperation and support in enhancing roadway safety throughout the village. Grants and development initiatives. The village continues to await announcements for the Main Street grant and other pending applications. He has conducted informal meetings and one-on-one discussions with business owners interested in participating in the New York Forward program, Moving Fonda Forward initiative. Several participants have identified improvement projects that they were included in our submission. These efforts will align with the village's comprehensive revitalization goals, term development strategy. Municipal building security and improvements. As approved during the October board meeting, he has authorized the installation of a secured interior door in the municipal building, strict access to administrative areas outside the public meeting hours. Additionally, he obtained quotes for a new security camera and monitoring system for the municipal building and grounds. While this project falls within his approval threshold as a public works expenditure, he has formally approved G&S quote number 2021 and is requesting that the board endorse this purchase record. Fonda organization donation. The Fonda organization intends to make a final donation to the village as part of its dissolution process. Suggested uses include park benches or potentially assisting with the $2,000 needed for the portable ice rink. He has invited Lynn Dumar to address the board regarding this matter at tonight's meeting. Water Cooperative Committee. The Water Cooperative Committee will reconvene to discuss funding allocations and contributions from participating municipalities. The project requires a $50,000 local match, and he will propose that any shortfalls be covered through the water system improvement bond previously established by the village. Further updates will be provided to the board once the final contribution figures are confirmed. Route 5 tree removal and safety work. The New York State Department of Transportation has begun removing dead and hazardous trees along Route 5 East Main Street after receiving permission from property owners. The removals are intended to support storm mitigation efforts and protect power lines, road infrastructure, and nearby residents along the south side of the corridor. Conclusion, the Village of Fonda continues to make progress in multiple areas, including park development, infrastructure improvements, intermunicipal cooperation, and community engagement. He appreciates the board's continued support and collaboration as we move forward with these initiatives. Respectfully submitted, Mayor Peeler.
Excuse me, Mayor. One thing that I would like to add to that. If we're gonna have ice skating rink, we should ask Brown Coach in a nice way to not have the people park there anymore during the winter months, because it will interrupt that. And plus, I don't think our DPW workers should have to plow them when they're on our property without permission.
Duly noted. All right, Lynn. I want you to discuss
Yes.
the participation at the tree lighting event and the possible donation to the park from your organization.
No, I believe we're going to purchase candy and, hand out candy during that tree lighting. Also, we have a little bit of money left, and we're gonna pay for the flowers for next. And we're checking into a couple picnic tables, maybe a couple of, grills, the charcoal grills that they put in parks, and benches. We're getting pricing now, so that's just a possibility. So, other than that, anybody got any questions?
That'd be a nice donation to the park.
Yeah, I think
Picnic
so
tables,
too.
grills, benches.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can work on something with that with the village DPW, so that they're anchored down and safe.
Yeah,
Will they be open to everybody
Yeah.
all
yeah,
the time, anytime, or do they
yeah,
have to rent
it'll be
it?
down to the riverfront,
Down by the riverfront, Carol.
That's open to everybody,
yes.
because people have to get approval for the park, right?
Well, let me explain that to you. Let me interrupt for a moment.
Yeah.
Only when there's like an organized event. In other words, you just want to go down there and have a softball game with your friends, go ahead. But as an organized event, a nonprofit group per se, yes, there's a facility use document to fill out that shows whom you are, when you are, what you want to do, and then your certificate of liability. So that's how those all play out. But you to just go down there and have a coffee table and read a magazine or a newspaper and fish, it's all open. Chris.
I have a question about that. I've reached out to Mayor Peeler twice during two flooding events that we were having, if we could safely move our cars just during the flooding event, and Mayor Peeler denied it, saying that parking lot is private and not accessible during disaster events. I can share the email for the record. They're allowed to use the parking lot in emergency events?
Well, when the river
Yeah.
floods, that's all flooded.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I don't
he's
live
talking
there.
about his
No, he's
creek
talking
here.
about the creek. behind
He's
his
talking
house.
about his local creek, the Broadway
Ah.
creek.
Yeah, the
Okay.
other unmitigated project that no one's taken care of.
Okay,
So
I'm
I
sorry.
like I thank you for that, I didn't know all that. But that would be the safest, if that's what you think is safer.
Home and the houses south of us, we've had problems like we have flooding. Some of the cars can get damaged, water can get up in them. And I reached out to them during the flood and just said, can we move our cars? We had the town of Mohawk Fire was like shutting off, and he said, no. And I don't know, I really struggled with that personally as a villager. I would think I would be allowed to park there just once to keep my vehicles out of damage. But what I hear you saying tonight is we can use that temporarily facility if you want to just.
You know, in that state of an emergency, when that, and not, let's knock on wood, because as you know, the creek has been okay for a
Yeah,
couple.
it's been pretty good.
So knock on, you got the wooden chair.
And then during
Thank
the
you.
snow and all that.
But in that situation, I would say, in that state of an emergency, and you guys had to move vehicles out of the way because things have overran the bank,
Yes, sir.
I don't personally see a problem with that at all.
I couldn't find anything in the ordinances about it. The county was gracious enough to let us park.
Yeah.
But just as a villager, it seemed kind of odd that we weren't allowed to do that.
Should be open, it's open to everybody, isn't it?
I had the same problem, Chris, when the river flooded.
Yes.
You would.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, so, but what we did, we parked it to the school
How smart.
temporarily, you know, just because it's high enough. You know,
We have issues
There was
with
no
flooding
place,
there.
well, Scott, you know, knows too, and it's just, else to park.
Yeah.
In that kind of situation, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. So,
Yeah, knock on wood, I think the canal's been okay. But we still get kind of high.
Do it again.
You did there.
Okay, thank you, Chris, or Bobby. All right, discussion for board regarding the sale of utility truck and the need for trustee Sprague to prepare documents. I guess that's just all that is. Scott, it's just discussion. So, as you mentioned, Mr. Weaver, a new utility truck has arrived?
Yes.
A new utility truck has arrived. So now that means the 17 is gonna have a sander and the plow up for sale.
17 gonna have a plow, no sander.
No sander, just the plow.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, there you go. You guys link up and you'll be good. Okay. At this time, I'm going to make a motion to close the public hearing for local law number 1. Motion 2025-57. I make a motion to close the public hearing. Any discussion? Second. Second by Scott. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Public hearing for local law number 120. Okay, gang, on that note, I'm gonna have to make a motion to enter executive session for a couple of different personnel and legal matters. So I thank you, everybody, for coming. At this time, I make a motion to enter executive session. Call it 8 p.m. Second,
I'll second it.
second by Lynn. We're in executive session.
you gotta vote, and then vote.
Oh, we didn't have a vote, I'm sorry. Stand by. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you. We are going to talk about in executive session for personnel and where are we here?
Number 19. Sure.
Who's staying for this
And
executive
legal
session?
matters.
Pardon?
Who's all staying for the executive session?
Oh, the personnel that we're gonna speak of,
Is the attorney
Of course,
staying?
The legal
Yeah.
matters.
I didn't hear him. I didn't hear you guys. I didn't hear you guys say that he was going to executive session.
After executive session.
Oh, no, we just passed a motion to go into it.
Yeah, but usually got to state well who's staying in it, other than the board.
He is, because he's part of the personnel person that we're talking about,
And the attorney is as well.
and the attorney is as well, Dan.
All right.
And you are expecting to take action after the executive session?
When we come out of executive session, yes, ma'am. I didn't catch your name, I'm sorry.
Ashley, I mean.
Thank you, Ash.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Okay.
First thing, Santa, make the right decision.
Yeah, I like that. Now, guys, that meeting was quite a mess. The gentleman or whatever they tried to remove, there could be a real sticky situation because they removed him for speaking out of turn, but there's the one guy in there who I'll refer to as possibly the bootlicker, the one who talked during the meeting. He would bring up stuff about ice skating and stuff like that. They never stopped him from talking. So if they didn't stop him from talking, but they stopped somebody else from talking, that's going to be a real problem if that guy who got removed wants to push issues on it. So the meeting in itself is a real mess. The attorney, he is something else, guys. We're definitely going to do a little research on this attorney. He is definitely a real piece of work. He is right. They can contain the speech. They can say whether or not they're going to have public speaking. They can limit the amount of time they give to public speaking. But once they open public speaking and they give somebody 5 minutes, they can't contradict what the speech is about. The fact of the matter is they opened up the speech to the public and the public is allowed to let it rip. And if these public servants don't want it to rip and they don't want to hear the truth from these public people, then they need to start acting with more integrity and get away from the the BS and the tyrannicalness. That attorney, guys, you guys leave your comment. Let me know what you guys think of that attorney. That attorney is some joke. We're definitely going to do a little investigation on him and what towns he represents and all that. So looks like the two deputy sheriffs just left. Looks like they're on out of here. Let's see if we can go here real quick and get some names out of them real quick. And then we'll end this live because we've been on here for a while. So I think they answered one of my questions in there is obviously you guys aren't here normally for meetings.
So I checked with our dispatch. The board did not call. One of the civilians that was here called and asked for us to come down.
No, I could take a guess at which one of the civilians in that room it was. But before I go, I just want to catch a name and badge number for you guys.
Sergeant Marr, 599.
Deputy Wilder, 9.
And when the other guy had a discrepancy and he left or whatever, was your guys' body cameras on for that?
What the area was? Yeah, I mean our cameras were on the whole time that just before we came in the building.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. That's all I was.
Take care.
One second, I'm just going to finish this live out and I'll talk to you here. So that's the meeting. Mayor Peeler skipped out, cowered out. Somebody here seen him here, so he was in the building. The guy just gave me some, he's got the video of the guy who was texting. The attorney was sitting there texting Peeler the whole time. That other guy that was over there who interrupted the meeting a lot and spoke, as the middleman, quote unquote middleman. He was talking to a Tina Peeler, which I don't know if that's the mayor's wife or someone related to Peeler, but I will see you guys in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next one. That was a long one. I've got this all statically recorded, and we will definitely, there goes one of the sheriffs now. We'll definitely be making an actual static video of this interaction because it was kind of crazy. And like I said, the meeting was a mess because they let that one guy talk and interrupt the meeting whenever he wanted. But when the other guy did, that's going to become a real problem that they only enforce it on a speech that they didn't like or somebody saying something that they didn't like. So when they don't enforce point of order and allow one guy to just let input on subjects, and it is a small town, so I'm sure they do that, but when they start limiting to somebody and letting somebody else do it, that's not content neutral, and that would be a real problem for this town. So I'll see you guys in the comment section. I got a nice long drive home tonight, so leave your comments, hit that thumbs up on the way out for your boy.